Hey guys, it's Ryan. It's super early. Just got loaded up. Got to hitch the trailer up to the truck. But today we are heading over to Fab9 tuning to get some new tunes put on the car for a new rule set this year with NASA, as well as an E85 tune for a new race series later on this year as well. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we're all hitched up, we're all loaded up. It's about 2:20 in the morning. It's a balming 0 degrees out here in Buffalo. But we are ready and we are off to Michigan. Oh, can you reach the start button?
Can I reach the start button?
From over there.
From over there, I suppose.
Please hurry. I'm doing a split.
Hold on. Oh my god. Hold on, I gotta stand on the wheel well. Ready?
Yeah, you're good even at that angle. Yep.
Alright guys, so we're unloaded, we're strapped on the dyno, we just got our baselines done. We're about 3 horsepower lower than what a dyno jet read, so we're going to calibrate and adjust according to that and see what we can do with 93 and then jump up to E85 and see what we can put down. Big shout out to Elliot, our cameraman today.
Hey!
We'll pump it up.
Give me a rundown. What are we doing?
Alright, so we just finished up all of our 93 tunes. We got the numbers that I need on this dyno. Gonna have to go home obviously and make sure that I can reproduce them on a dyno jet because that's what's used for classing. But I got all my 93 dynos done, all those numbers, 2 maps. So now we have to hopefully do 3 maps with the E85 and make the numbers that we want. So we got to pump the fuel out, put the E85 in, and hopefully not be disappointed.
So give me the lowdown on what we just did.
We fought with the hose for about 20 minutes, but we pumped out a gallon of gas and we put 5 gallons of E85 in.
And what are we gonna do now?
Hopefully make more power and not disappoint us.
How many E85 tunes are we gonna do?
Hopefully 3.
Cool. So, what are your power predictions on your tunes on pump gas versus E85.
The last pump gas we did was 176 peak. I'm optimistically hoping we can hit 190 on E85.
Maximum tune.
Peak, yeah.
Cool.
All right, guys, so we got the car back home. It was pretty uneventful, super late night. Just a lot of driving. Then we got home at like 1 in the morning, and of course, our batteries all died. It was cold, so nevertheless, I got all that finished up. I've got the graphs here, a couple of them overlaid that will go through them. Just kind of show you where I gained, where I didn't gain, what my target was, and what we achieved. And I think we set some great baseline numbers. There's going to be a little bit of smoothing that we have to do, probably beginning of March. I'm going to schedule another dyno locally at a dyno jet, because like I mentioned before, that's what's used for NASA and grid life for classification numbers. It has to be done on a dyno jet. But I also want to say a big thank you to Bryan and Fab9 Tuning, as well as the VersaTune platform. I was really surprised at how easy and quick that platform was able to make adjustments to the car, coming from Mazda Edit, which was a lot more cumbersome. So anyways, let's get into the graphs and I'll show you what we ended up with. All right, guys, just gonna get started. This is a spreadsheet that I keep. I'm very analytical, very OCD, so I log and do everything for my car. For instance, I've done fuel calculations every single time I change a car setup, as well as any maintenance that I've ever done in the car. Some gearing calculations, and then here is the tuning that we did. When we first went in, I was targeting these 5 setups because like I mentioned, NASA this year, we're going to be testing out the Hoosier R7s and the Toyo RRs. I'm also going to be playing a little bit with Aero here, because NASA penalizes the ND platform specifically for a roofline penalty point of 0.4 down here for running the hardtop. So here's the mod factor of the different points that I'll be taking with those setups. NASA is a 14-to-1 power to weight. Here's, I can run either 2475 or 2450 in the car, depending on whether or not it's got a roof, or whether or not it's got a roof and spoiler. I can run 2456 if I take out all of the driver comforts, the chill out system, the helmet blower, stuff like that. So based on those calculations, here are the 5 tunes that I targeted that I needed: a 156, 166, which we achieved both of those on 93 octane. And I originally had a 190 horsepower tune peak that I wanted to achieve here. Unfortunately, the best that we could achieve on E85 was 180. We were just running into fuel issues. The car just couldn't provide the fuel needed to support any more power up top. It was going lean, so we had to take some of that away, lean out the trims, and 180 is the best that we could achieve. Moving over to the tunes themselves, this is the graphs on what we were able to achieve. I will go through a couple of them here. The dashed green line is stock, nothing done to the car. The blue tune is what I run in NASA ST5 last season, because like I said, I've had to detune my car for the class. So as you can see, my peak horsepower is like at 6,000 RPMs, and then we tapered it off in order to kind of get a little bit of a flat tune. 160 horsepower average is what we were targeting. So additionally, the red line, that is what we achieved on E85. So there was pretty massive gains that we've gotten there all throughout the board. I think we ended up getting 180 horsepower, and it was 165 foot-pounds of torque, Whereas typically on my ST5 tune and my stock tune, the best that I've ever gotten on any dyno was like 166, 170 peak horsepower, but only 150 foot-pounds of torque. So like I said, I'm a little disappointed we didn't hit the 190, ran into some fueling issues. The goal going forward is going to be to take this tune and now detune it for 160, 166 horsepower. So we're going to kill power, pretty much at like 5,500, 5,600 and just flatten it out. But as you can see here, I will get a massive jump in torque all the way throughout the power band, as well as if you look at it here on the horsepower, I'll see a huge increase in mid-range horsepower. So anything over 5,500 won't be any more power because I'll have to cut it. But leading up to that, I think will be a huge advantage. Unfortunately, the downturns of that are I'm going to have to run an extra gallon of fuel in the car for all of my sessions because of the E85 fuel burn versus the 93 octane, as well as I'm going to have to mix my own fuel, bring my own fuel, not rely on tracks. So it's going to be a little bit more complicated. I'll see throughout the season if the hassle is worth the result. So, but ultimately that's what we were able to achieve. I am satisfied, but a bit disappointed in the optimism that I had. I kind of figured it was going to happen this way, but optimistically, I was hoping to reach that 190 target number. Hope you guys liked it. Comment, like, give me any questions, anything you guys want to go over, anything that you guys, questions or want to see, as well as any new content that you want to see in the future. I think next up, I've got to start corner balancing the car. I got to start aligning on the car. But between now and then, I've actually got a little bit of work I have to do on the tow truck that I use for the season. So I might make a video about that too, and we'll see where it goes from there. All right. Thanks, guys.